what is this financial statement, but I'll talk about that later. So after we record all those business transactions, every record that we make about every business transaction has its own book where it is supposed to be written. Every transaction is as a record. So a transaction that has a transaction where you sold maybe goods has to be entered in what is known as the sales book. A transaction where you purchased goods has to be entered in a purchases book. So all those transactions, what usually happens is when you record all those transactions, they cannot be fully understood by the end users, by the users of that organization. All these users, we have internal users, we have external, we also have external users. So the internal users is the management and the employees. The external users, we have the customers, the suppliers. We also have the government. Those people need financial statements in order for them to make further decisions about, can be about the operation of the business, or it can be about so many so various things that might be of interest to them. So after all the transactions have been recorded in the purchases book, sales book, etc., they have to now be summarized in what is known as the financial statement. So what is this summary that is being talked about? So summarizing is reorganizing the recorded transaction in what is known as the financial statement. So when you reorganize all those transactions in what is known as the financial statement, that is the summary now. You are making it easy for the users of that organization to be able to understand what is really going on in their business, and to make further decisions as to whether they are making a loss or profit. So now let's talk about the financial statement. What are these financial statements? Financial statements, these are the statements that are needed in order for it's more like a statement that is required in order for the management and other interested parties to make further decisions about the business, because it reveals whether the business that is being conducted is actually making profit or loss. So by summarizing everything in what is known as the financial statement, you are actually making it easy for them to understand whether they are running that business on a profit or a loss. So that is the financial statement. It reveals the financial position of the company, the organization, and other business-related companies. So that is the simple definition of a business of a financial statement. So now let's talk about the users. In the definition here, today we just talk about the overall definition of financial accounting and whatever it is that is involved in it. Now, at the end of this definition, there's a statement which says, for decision making. Decision making. What is it really talking about? Decision making, this is now we're talking about the management and other interested parties. They have to sit down and discuss whether that business, after they have seen whatever it is that has been revealed in the financial statements, they have to sit and discuss the future plans of that organization, or if it's running at a loss, they have to sit down and discuss the things that they can do in order to make changes that would make the business to actually run on a profit. So who are these? Who are these end users now? Let's now talk about the users of this. The users who make decisions about the financial position or financial status of the organization. Who are these users? We have a number of them here. We have the shareholders. Let's talk about the shareholders. We have the shareholders. Who are these creatures? The shareholders are investors. These are investors. People who contribute money in form of capital and invest it in a business. I went there. So these people contribute money in form of capital and invest it in a business. So they need a financial statement, because once you invest in something, you'll be more interested to know whether that thing that you invested in is running at a profit or a loss. So they need financial statements to be able to understand whether the money they are contributing in that business is actually, that business is working, and whatever it is that they have contributed to lead to a profit. So they really need that information in order for them to decide whether to continue investing in that business or not. So these are just investors. They have interest in how that business is being organized, so they invest in that business so that they can also have a share at the end of an accounting period. So we have shareholders. We also have the management or the managers of that very organization. We have the management. We have the management. So, what are these creatures? These are the people who plan on how organization should be run. These are the people who make decisions on how the business should run. These are the managers of that very organization. So they need this accounting information. They need financial statements in order for them to decide whether the business is running at a profit or a loss. They have to know so that they can make better decisions that will boost the business. So without these financial statements, managers won't be able to know whether their company is running at a profit or a loss, which is useless. Why do you have to do a business when you know that, when you don't even have an idea of whether that business is running at a profit or a loss? So you need that accounting information as management in order for you to even make future plans on how you can improve it after you've made profit. Although if you make loss, just now when you come down and discuss as a team to say, this is where we are getting it wrong, this is where we are going wrong, we were supposed to be doing this and that, this has led to a loss. So we need to implement this and this and this and these ideas in order for us to start running this business at a profit. So they need they need financial statements in order for them to come up with ideas of how they can run the business, maybe if they encounter a loss. So we have suppliers. We have suppliers. I don't know if this is the correct spelling, but you understand, I don't speak English. So, yeah. So, suppliers, who are these? These are the people who supply the company with goods and services. So, where you get those goods, whether finished or unfinished, these are the suppliers. These are the people where you get all those items that you use in business. It can be anything. For example, in the mining industry, you need shoots, you need plenty of things for that will help you in processing copper and everything. So those suppliers, they need financial statements. Why? Because they have to be, because sometimes it's not every time when you get goods from the suppliers, goods and services from the suppliers on cash. Sometimes you get them on credit. So they need financial statements, because once you give someone things on credit, let's say they are running a business, and then you provide them with something that will help them run the business properly. On credit, you need that information to say, which company akambweshendera business yako yafyakufualia chasara uli kuchekaweza profit nangushani. So you need that information as a supplier. So this they also need accounting information or accounting financial statements. It's quite difficult to pronounce. I'm used to accounts. So to Sonia, each one I'm quite a problem, but you understand. When I say accounting information or financial statement, you understand what I'm talking about. And yes, you are a habit of not getting things properly. So they need financial statements in order for them to know whether the thing they are supplying to this company is actually running on a profit or running at a profit or a loss. So that if this company has a habit of making losses, they will stop supplying them with goods and services. So these are the users of financial statements. We also I wanted to put this one, my God. The government. Or let me put it this way, government agencies. In Zambia, we have the ZRA, Zambia Revenue Authority. In Ghana, they have the Ghana Revenue Authority, not the full, but the Ghana Revenue Authority. So they also need these financial statements. Why? Because they have to know whether you are paying the right amount of tax or not. So they need this information from the company, because at each end of the accounting period, there is need for these people to have a share of the profit that we've made as an organization. So they need a share. So they need accounting information for them to be able to know they are paying the right amount of tax. You have to know. So there are a lot of them. Even employees. You have this company and you have employees, they need this accounting information to know whether the company they are working on is running at a profit or a loss. In terms of payments, they need this accounting information to actually know whether this company is running at a profit or a loss. It can be maybe regards to your payments or the things that have been going on, the bad things that have been happening in the company financially. You've not been able to pay to pay the workers on time and everything. They need to be sure that maybe there was this problem, they encountered the loss or what. They should have that information. So there are a lot. So among these that have been changed, we have internal and external users. The internal users, these are the people within the organization that is actually running that business. So the management, these are internal users. We also have the employees. We have the employees, these are the internal users of the financial statements. I want to take account but it's that the financial statement. We also have external users. We have the shareholders, we have the suppliers, we have the government agencies. These are external users. So, in case you are asked a question in an exam to say, briefly explain the users of of the financial statements. To Sonia, to JJ, useless. Kala take list ya. Kata list ya. It may expected to pay max. You have to list these and briefly explain them. Or if you are told to discuss, you need to list and then you explain in details how it is. Well, simple and straightforward. So, somebody asked me a question before I end this lesson. Someone asked a question to say, what's the purpose of doing business? That's a very simple question. What's the purpose of doing business? Why do we do business? Simple. To make profit. That's the reason why we do business. And what is this profit? I think I was just talking about it without even describing this very animal called profit and how it works. So, a profit is more like a reward that you get for doing business. That's just a simple definition that I can do here. This is the reward that you get for doing business, and it has to be calculated at least once in a year, or at the end of each accounting period. It has to be calculated. But in most books, they say it has to be calculated once in a year, but depending on how the organization has been set up, the clear statement that I can use is profit is recorded at the end of the accounting period. It can be in 1 year, but at each and every accounting period, you have to calculate profit because the government, like I said, should have its own share, and these other interested parties, investors, whatever, they should have the share in your profits. So the reason why we do business is to make profit. That's just a simple definition. And this information that I'm giving out now is not just using to these school-going children. This is also a foundation, a very good foundation in SCCA. So it provides a very good foundation in SCCA, provides a very good foundation in Zika, it provides a very good foundation in SCCA. So all those students, the Zika students, SCCA, CIMA, financial accounting, those school-going children who do principles of accounting, those grade 8s and 9s, I'm sure they are being taught from what. This information is very useful to them. Provides a very good foundation in accounting as well as bookkeeping. And also for those people that are doing business, it is a very useful subject to all those people that are taking a step into entrepreneurship, because it opens up your mind on how a business should be like. So as we discuss further in this, you'll be able to understand what I'm actually talking about, especially those people that are into entrepreneurship and those that are going to school, those that are doing Zika, ACCA. This is very useful to them. And as we discuss further in these other lessons that we have, you'll be able to understand that this information is very useful. So the next time we meet, we are going to talk about what is known as the double entry system. The double entry system. So that is what we are going to talk about for today. We end here. Thank you very much, and keep studying accounts, whether you are into whatever thing, but be able to have at least 5% of accounting knowledge, because that will help you in your daily business and these other activities. Thank you very much. God bless you. Shalom. Yeah.